I want to be that drunk. Right?
I'm not even. I love to hear that.
Alright, y'all. So, I gotta tell you this story real quick. So I go down the street, and the only reason, my neighbor lives down the street. So, I'm going over to his house. And the only reason I'm going over to his house, he's kind of like a forgetful guy. He's the one I'm connected to their family. I'm like friends with their family, kind of. Like, been through, like, I've known them for years. My relationship with that family, it's two sisters, a brother, and a mom and dad that live in the house. And it's like I'm like connected to the brother, but I've known the sister longer. But she's the same age as me. Brother's a little older. One of them lives further away, and super nice people. And it's like I talk to all of them, but the one I'm connected through, like I said, is the brother. And like the relationship is, I'm cool with them, and like I'm real cool with them, but I don't think any of them, if they were to get married, I probably wouldn't be invited to their wedding. I just wouldn't. And it probably says something about me, and I'm a fucking maniac who can't get close to people and is always working on projects and shit. Probably says something about me. I'm a fucking psycho. But if it doesn't, it might be them. They're nuts. I don't know. You fucking weirdos. Seemed like I was rolling around in a mud pit over there. Trying to ramble with them. I felt... So, it was hilarious because the only way I knew he was out, usually he would invite me to parties, but he's like, like I said, he's a forgetful guy. He's just a weird guy. Anyways, I hear this noise, and it's like, shut up, or what are you doing, or something. Like, it was something funny, as I am going out to take my trash out. Now, I text him, and then he replies, like, he calls me, and he's like, come over. So I come over to see what's up. He's having a party, and I'm like, oh, well, thanks for the invite, man. No, but I didn't say that, but he's like, he was like, I thought I invited you, and I was like, no, you didn't. It felt weird at a point when it was like, I had showed up after just taking out my trash, and he was like, he like lied in order to cover up for him not, he's like, didn't I invite you the other day? I'm like, no, you didn't, man. And it's just like, so then it ended up like, I don't know, basically getting to a weird point. I get over there, and the first thing that he does is hand me a fucking spliff. He hands me a fucking blunt, or no, wait, yeah, was it a blunt? It was a blunt or a joint. I think it was a blunt. He hands me a blunt, and he's just like, all right, just chief that. And I'm like, all right, so I chief for a while, give it back to him, and he gives it back to me, and he's like, all right, and then I give it back to him, and then he gives it back to me, and he's like, dude, stop handing this back to me. I said you could finish it. I'm like, yo, you didn't say you could finish it. You said chief it. You didn't say finish it. So like, I mean, like, he's like yelled at me. It was fucking weird, dude. And I'm like, I'm just like, all right, man, you're mixing up your words, and it's like, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. And thinking I'm a mind reader over here, And after like chiefing the blunt for a second, and while I was chiefing it, I knock on the back door. I didn't even realize the party was going on. I couldn't hear anybody. All I could hear was the mom, the oldest sister, and an older lady there. And that older lady I didn't even know was the only one that seemed surprised by my presence. But and then the mom did a little bit, because then I was like, hey, like, I just want to say hi. Because I tap on the window, and the older sister comes walking, like, awkwardly. Like, she's always traced me, like, she's never even really met me, like, for real. And she treats me like an ass, like she's an asshole towards me. I hate it, but it's like, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. And she goes, like, comes towards me and, like, awkwardly opens the door. Like, I was So I barely even knew I didn't even know there was a party yet at this point. And she awkwardly opens the sliding back door for me because I didn't just want to walk in their house. And then I still don't hear anybody. And I say hi, we have a small talk, she closes it. I come back in, or I'm sitting there in the back, and like people there's like a couple of minutes later just start parading out. It was weird. And then I was there, had a good time for a minute, and then I just want to, it gets funny later, like I'm still in like shock, and that's why I'm laughing, but okay, because I just got back to my house because I had to leave, so I had to like leave the house, and it was fucked up, but hold on, so I just want to talk about how significant this was. So I go over there, and I get to talking to this girl that I've known who, like, I can feel connected with a little bit, you know, like, I have a somewhat of a bond, like, a lot of the people there, like, I didn't even know, this one guy even said, oh, yeah, I met you, like, 3 times. It's like, I usually remember people I meet, and everybody I meet, so it's like, I remember, he's like, I met you, like, 3 or 4 times, and I really don't think I've met that guy. I really don't think I've met that guy. Besides, maybe, I think I did see him. Nobody introduced me. Wasn't never in the same vicinity at the last party. So I never like walked up and introduced myself to that one guy. And I think it might have been him, like at one of their other parties. Whatever. So that just happened. And then I go up to this girl. And this girl who's really cool, like, she's got to playing with my hair right when I first got there. She's like, your hair's so nice, and I hate when people be touching my hair. But she like, pulled it and was, like, pulling it out. Like, not, she pulling it, you know, like this. And then I was just like, stop already after a point, because it was getting weird. And then I, like, started doing it to her, and she was like, how would you like it if I did it to you? And she was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind. But I was like, okay. But your hair is too nice, because it would look all nice and done up. It's like, I can't be doing that to your hair, because yours looks all done up. Just like playing it off. But like, you know, yeah, I was just playing it off. It was probably kind of hot to her. Even though as I ran my fingers through her hair, it was like I was stroking the back of a fucking cat or something. Like, it was just, the back of my fucking fingertips. I don't know. It's fucking weird. But I know she's taken, and that's gross, so fuck that. Yeah, and I, you know, like, we did shit in the past, but it's like, I know she's taken, and that just was, like, she's cute and all, but, anyways, her hair looked nice. In the time before that I seen this girl, the girl that I was playing with her hair, the time before that I saw her, which was months ago, like, it ended pretty badly, because we were hitting it off throughout the night, and I felt like she was flirting with me. I don't know if I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she's single or not anymore, actually, now I think about it, but it's like, she started, hitting up, like, kind of felt like she was flirting with me, so I, like, hit on her back, but I said something stupid, like, you'll have to show me, or something, instead of, like, taking the, more aggressive route, I guess, which girls kind of like, which is like, I'll have to show you. So, you know, I kind of got I didn't get a response at the end of the night, maybe because she fell asleep, or maybe the conversation didn't resume the next day, but it was basically, I put the burden on me, of course, like always, and I was like, yeah, it was probably because I said this, and analyze it too hard, probably because I did do that, you know. It's like, you'll have to show me. It's like, and then because of what I said, it was probably like, you'll have to show me. It puts the burden on her to do something, which probably turned her off. So that's why she didn't reply back. And so it was awkward even walking in there at first, probably, and I didn't even think about it twice. Like, I just walked in there like normally, everything was cool, and I went and said hi to her, and now that, and like afterwards leaving, I thought about that, and I was like, holy shit, that too, ugh. And then one point, when I went and talked to his sister, this guy's sister, and her friend, the girl I was playing with her hair, and she was playing with my hair or whatever, and like right after or during that conversation before, this guy's sister, also my friend, she says this thing. So I heard about you and blank, this person from my past, and she's like, well, well, the fuck, man, keep getting my fucking pronouns mixed up and shit. What the fuck is wrong with me? But anyways, she says all that, and then I go, wait, well, yeah, what about us? And he's like, I heard about you. I'm like so confused because I was friends with this person, as well as doing the dirty with them, or I don't know what the fuck was said, because I was like, yeah, like what about us? And she goes, like, and just starts giggling and shit, and like, and I'm like, oh, okay, and we get to talking. I'm like, how'd you find out? And like the conversation was like so like misdirected and shit. Like I forget what she said, but like she didn't even say how she found out. I think she didn't say her. She said something about her friend, but like I never really found out for myself how she like what was said. Like what was said, I don't know. So, you know, could have been like some crazy shit like, yeah, you took her virginity, or you did this shit, fucking made out on a sidewalk or some shit, plus extra. I don't know. For your ex-girlfriend's house. I don't know. But it could have been any of that. So I'm like, what about us? And anyway, she didn't get to the point. So I was just like, yeah, she was cool as fuck. She was a sweet person. Fucking, I don't know. But anyways, I don't know what's said. I'm like, then we get to having a conversation, and I was just like, I'm tired of this song. It was like that Lizzo song. That's what they keep playing on the radio, but it's only because they keep playing it on the radio. So now I'm talking about, like, we're talking about how's life going, a little bit of small talk, and then we get to talking about her, and it gets into this like deep conversation of, I felt it was like a good like debate-ish, not a debate, but like a, you know, topic. She was like, I really think she's changing things, and I just like asked, like, changing what though? Like, I would like to know what your thoughts are, and it went from there, and we just got to talking, and she's like, I like how Lizzo, which anybody can probably attest for this if they listen to Lizzo's music, like she won Best Artist of the Year in 2007 for a 2017 album. In 2019, that was a controversy. So, like, we got to talking about that, and that's a question I asked, and she was saying how she likes Lizzo and how of artistry and being like bold, and is like bold and like genetics, playing in and just being herself and making music from herself instead of versus like trying to fit into this hip hop aspect. And I totally agree with that. And it, like like I don't really show people like when I'm pissed off in like public situations like that. And I was like, and like that made me upset like a little bit, because it was like, she's like, you know what I mean? And it's like it's like I'm getting tired. I realize I'm getting tired of people asking me like, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, I do know what you mean, because I've been doing that same type of thing. And it was like, what if I was able to get to the point of being recognized for it, you know, like that's actually, it's a back thought and a back scratch on my mind, but it's like, don't you, like, you're asking me, like, I just found that funny. And it was very significant. Like, I just felt that was a significant point in my life. I was like, damn. And, but she was nice, and I love her, you know, great girl. So, like, we have good conversation, and that's all that came out of it. And parted ways. I felt unaware at one point, and that didn't feel good. Like, even one point throughout the night, I had like, this girl was like, oh yeah, we used to go, and remember we went and recorded at who's house. And I was like, oh yeah, it was so weird, because usually when people bring up those moments, like, I talk to a lot of people, and it's like, people bring up those moments, it's like, I usually remember. I'm that type of person who remembers like every fucking moment. If you say a moment, I usually can remember it. So it's like it really surprised me because I haven't had one of those moments in a long time where I didn't remember something. It was like, oh yeah, and I had to thought about it, and I remember that memory. And she's like, we went to this spot, and I couldn't remember where we went, and I was like, damn, I haven't had one of those things happen to me in a long time. And not to like brag or like braggadocious, but it's like that's just my life. So like it felt weird to me. And then later that night, it was like I had felt unaware, and I didn't like that at all. Like, because I got to know my surroundings, and I wasn't not content. Like I wasn't content in the moment with my thing, like where I was. But like being not content is also how I like to feel, and in a different way. I like don't like to be comfortable, you know. But those are like it's like a different mindset. I felt like unwanted at a point too. Like fuck this. I didn't need to be here. like if you guys want my presence around, like whatever. I mean, but it seems like some of them did, you know, but not everybody. And that's really the weird part. It's just weird. Like fuck this. Fuck this. I don't need that. So I just like slid out that bitch, dude. I go back to hanging out with other dude. And he treats me in this way where he like, and it's like he thinks I'm dumb enough that I don't notice. And like, so his family, I think, has gotten to this point where it's like, oh, like look at like their relationship. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just enjoy your guys' presence. If you don't enjoy my back, then, you know, I value what we got. But if we don't have a bond, then it's like, I can't really do anything. But it won't be my fault, you know? So like, I'm there, I'm trying to be present for the time I was there, you know, and fucking it's so fucked up because he always like leaves me in spots and like to be like, wait here, I'm gonna go do this, and then he's such a forgetful guy, he goes off doing other shit, and it's like I'm just standing in like weird spots. It's like, why I gotta wait here? And then I go, it's like when I could go mingle with people up here, but then and then like the party was kind of dying down at that point because it was late at night when I was taking my trash out and heard him. So the party starts dying down, and you could totally tell at a certain point, but like I had just shown up, so it's like, all right, I'll stick around for a few more minutes. But he kept telling me to stick around, and he kept like being like, all right, well, here, go, wait here for a second. And every time it was within like the first minute and a half of seeing him, and it was like starting to get annoying. Like that's how he is. Not when we're with each other or with a couple buddies or whatever down the street, but it's when it's at parties, like specifically. And so we did that. So I'm just sitting there playing beer pong in the basement by myself for a second because I had just told his parent, like, all right, gave his mom a hug, I'm out of here. And his dad said goodbye to his dad and was like, I'm out of here, and was leaving. But then on my way out, he's walking in and he's like, hold on, and he come downstairs with me. I'm like, yo, you're killing me. And then I walk downstairs with him, and then he does that whole fucking ordeal of, like, he leaves me downstairs. I'm like, dude, and then we have this altercation. He goes upstairs, and I'm standing there playing beer pong by myself. And then resume, because I can't get my shit together. And he keeps doing that, and then I'm not a bitch, so, like, I addressed it after the, like, third, fourth time. You know what I mean? Like, it's like sometimes he did, and I would make do of it and talk to other people, but then like sometimes it was like weird, so I was like, dude, I'm done, like I can't do this, and like told him what was up. And then he gets to he like comes down the stairs, and then he goes back up, and he's like yelling at his sister. Him and his sister get into it. She comes down the stairs and she says something to me and I'm like, good lord, like, and it was like she was like subconsciously bringing me into it. And I was like, you guys are nuts. I can't deal with this. Like, in my mind, I said I can't deal with this. And I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So, like, I'm going to walk closer to the stairs. And, like, you know, it was kind of funny what she said to me. And it was, like, subtle. But, like, he comes back down the stairs. Like, it was subtle and she was calming, at least. But he comes down the stairs. And it was so... It was just hilarious because he comes down the stairs and he's got a bag of mozzarella sticks in his chest. Like he's carrying it like a baby. And he's got like 5 or 6 in his hand for some reason. and we're in a basement, and like, you know, it's like a whole level away. So I'm like, we're edging toward the stairs. He comes down the stairs with the shit in his hand, and he's like locked onto his sister, and he thinks that she said something to me like about him, and then he comes down and he's like, right, Colin? And I'm like, don't drag me into this. All right, I should have left already. I could hear them, but I'm not getting involved. And it was like, I'm not getting involved, man. I should have left already. I know I should have left already. So I was getting ready to get out of there, and he takes a mozzarella stick and he chucks it at his sister. But like, the thing was, I thought he was chucking it at me at first because I didn't know she was directly like behind me. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Eat that shit? Like, you food fight? No. Like, oh my God. So it didn't hit her, thank God. And then I'm like, whoa, he got the point, and like settled down. And I felt so bad that I ducked. It was like that part in The Office where Phyllis gets hit in the face with the soccer ball because Jim ducked. Dude, I felt exactly like that. I feel so bad. So if you're hearing this, I am sorry. But like, I thought it was coming at me, and instinctually I just ducked. Survival. And now I'm looking like, oh shit, like, I've had enough. Like, I'm out of here. His dad is like 7 foot tall. No exaggeration. Maybe like an inch, or probably an inch exaggeration. He can handle it. There's 4 other guys in this house right now that can handle it. This short motherfucker over here is not gonna do shit for the rest of the night. I'm not sure why I came over here. In that situation, now looking back, like, it's like, I know I could have been like more of a mediator, and more power to me out of being a mediator. And I think in that moment, the only way to get it through the thick ass skulls was to do that. That way they can rethink in the morning, like, damn, like, this is the best way to mediate us, and see like, all right, well, here's someone's reaction, versus letting it happen and be like, no, egging them on and giving them like the dramatic feel like they want. Like, I don't know. But in the end, or it's like I should have been more of a mediator and mediated this, like, the whole thing going on between them. But like, I just felt that was too large and too big of a situation, and too family related for me. That's the only reason why I snuck out. But like, it's like, or like, didn't sneak out. Everybody saw me leave. But it's like, I've been practicing more at when I've been going over there, when it's the mom like will come out bitching, and I'm like, I've been practicing being more of a mediator between the two, because it's like I just couldn't handle their relationship before, and it's like they just, you know, so I think they just need it there, bro. It's like, you can't just sit around and do nothing anymore. So it's like, I gotta speak my mind, and so I think I could have been more in that situation, but it was real family related. It was tight. It was a close call. I feel bad for any wrong decisions I made, but everything happened so quick, and I don't really think I made any wrong decisions. In that situations, shit, if I did, call me an asshole. Fuck it. Thanks for listening to my long ass, dumbass story rant. If you did and you've listened this far, I love you. But then, like, on the way out, I even, like, I opened the sliding door, walked out, and I walked past the fire, and I was like, nuts. And they were like, this couple by the fire was laughing. And, okay, and then all this shit, it happened all within 20 to 25 minutes. Like, it 20 to 20. I wasn't even there like yet, like 20 minutes, bro. And I'm walking home. I swear to God, I feel like there was somebody in the car some distance away. I'm pretty sure they were smoking or something. And I'm walking like down the street back to my house, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I just hear these, I'm pretty sure unless I'm hearing phantoms, but I'm pretty sure I heard people just like dying laughing. Oh, dude. And then I was just like, oh my God, walk the rest of the way home. I'm still in shock. Like, what the fuck? And I know I can like go over there and look and see how nuts they are. And because I'm like a psychoanalyst, but like, they don't understand me. And that was fucking crazy. It was some crazy entertainment. Peace out. Peace.